It's I'm passionate about it.
Well, let me ask you a question, because I know you have a new record coming out in a few months. And in sports, this is the line I like to use: the older that I get, the better I used to be.
Right.
Which is, unfortunately, we slow down a little bit. How do you feel about yourself? Because you put out new records. How can you conceive even topping all these? I mean, you've written literally hundreds of classic tunes, and then you've got these new records. I mean, do you put them out with the belief that they're better than?
This new record I produced myself, so it was a big challenge, and I really think it's probably one of the best albums I've made for a long time. It's very hard. You have a purple patch as an artist and a player, a sports player, where you have 5 or 6 years where you can do no wrong. It's your purple patch, and I don't think you ever regain that, if you're honest, because you just can't. It's just a magical point. And I knew that was going to happen. I had the foresight to know that was going to happen in my career, that it would even out, and then you make good records, you make mediocre records, you try your best, you do believe what you put out is good.
Did you ever put out anything you believed that wasn't good, that you knew wasn't good?
I didn't. I think some of a couple of albums. I know that Leather Jackets was not particularly. I was in such a state and a mess when I made that album that it could not possibly be as good as it should have been. And I think for
what's your favorite record? Tell me your favorite.
My
record.
favorite one of mine.
Yeah, your favorite record.
I think the Captain Fantastic album is a pretty great album as a concept album, and the way it was recorded. And Blue Moves and Yellow Brick Road, probably. So it's hard to judge. I don't listen to my own stuff, so I'm not very good. But you know what? I prefer the stuff that wasn't a hit, and some stuff that you're grateful for having hits, but a lot of stuff on the other stuff on the album gets overlooked, and they're actually better songs. But that's okay.
One of my favorites was in college, or when we went to play a match, was Amarina.
Yeah.
We used to sing to that. Do you have
that was in Dog Day Afternoon, and then they used it again. No, they didn't use it. It was the only song in Dog Day Afternoon. Yeah.
And that big dance scene in the bank during the heist.
Yeah.
Yeah. I wanted to ask a question, if the sidekick can get up for a second.
Sorry.
Thank you.
Yeah.
The sidekick, right?
I'm the sidekick, yes. I'm the sidekick friends.
How will my record do it?
Is it true that you may have recorded the last ever duet with Ray Charles?
I think so. I was finishing off my album in Los Angeles in March, and Ray was making a duets album, which is coming out, called Genius Loves Company. And I was scheduled to do a song with him, and I knew he was pretty sick, because a couple of boys in my band know him and know his people who look after him. And we arranged for him to come down to the studio in Los Angeles and sing Sorry Seems to Be the Hardest Word. But I wasn't prepared for how sick he was, to be honest with you. He was so frail, but so feisty and so adorable. I mean, I've kept all the outtakes of him talking to me, which I shall treasure forever. And we just sat in 2 chairs, as close as you and I are, probably closer, and sang this song through 2 or 3 times. And that was it. And I think that was the last thing he ever did. And it was the most upsetting day for me and uplifting day at the same time. But people were crying in the control room, because there's lyrics in that song when he's singing, it's sad, it's sad, it's a sad, sad situation. And it was incredibly sad, because he was so weak, but that great power he has in his voice, he still had it. And it was a day I'll never forget, I can tell you.
The one time I was on Carson, Ray Charles was on, and he came up to me, I'll never forget, he said, "Johnny, I love to watch you play."
Can I ask you a question?
Yes.
Did you and Fleming ever play Woodford and Woodbridge?
We never did, because actually, you'll be happy to know this, I played with Woodford and won the U.S. Open in '89, right. And I said, listen, you need to get another partner, because I wasn't going to play as much, getting a lot of kids. And I said, you got to get a righty from Australia that compliments you. So I highly recommended this nobody at the time named Todd Woodbridge.
Right.
And so 9 Wimbledons later, they'd done all right.
That would have been a match I would pay to see. You and Fleming against Woodbridge and Woodford would have been a fantastic doubles match.
Well, if you knew what was good for you, you would bet on Fleming and Mcenroe.
Yeah, I probably would. Yeah.
Maybe I shouldn't have said that.
No, I don't know.
There's a lot of Aussies in the audience. Yeah. But last question, do you own, because this makes me think for other musicians, do you own all your publishing of your songs?
No, I don't.
You don't?
No, I own everything after the first 5 albums. And then my manager sold my first 5 albums with the songs off for quite a paltry sum to my record company. They still own it, but we're in negotiations. We're getting a lot of it, more of it back.
What would you recommend to bands now?
Bands don't give anything away. Don't sign your publishing away. Hold on to it. It's your, not your nest. Nest egg is a horrible word to say. It's yours. You created this stuff. You should own it forever. I always get upset when Leon Russell, who was an idol of mine, his publishing was sold, and I wanted to buy it back just to give him back A Song for You, which is one of the greatest songs ever written, and say, listen, you should own this song. It's immoral that you don't. So to any up-and-coming young artists, don't ever give your publishing away. Don't sell it. It's something that you should hold on to.
Elton John, everyone. Unfortunately, I know Elton's going to stick around to play. Ladies and gentlemen, Sir Elton John.
Blue jean baby, LA lady, seamstress for the band, pretty-eyed pirate smile, you marry music man, ballerina, you must have seen her dancing in the sand. And now she's in me, always with me, tiny dancer in my hand. Jesus freaks out on the street, handing tickets out for God, turning back, and she just laughs. The boulevard is not that bad. Piano in my hand, he makes a stand in the auditorium, looking on. She sings the songs, the words she knows, the tune she hums. And oh, how real it feels, lying here with no one there, only you. And you can hear me when I say it softly, slowly. Hold me closer, time to dance. Count the headlights on the highway. Lay me down in sheets of linen. You had a busy day today. Hold me closer, time to dance. Count the headlights on the highway. Lay me down in sheets of linen. You've had a busy day today. Blue jean baby, LA lady, seamstress for the band, pretty-eyed, a pirate smile, you marry a music man, ballerina, oh, you must have seen her. She was dancing in the sand, and now she's in me, in my hand. And oh, how it really feels lying here with no one there, only you, and you can hear me when I say it softly, slowly. All my clothes are torn down, so count the headlights on the highway. Lay me down in sheets of linen. You had a busy day today. All my clothes are torn down, so count the headlights on the highway. Oh, lay me down in sheets of linen. You had a busy day today.
Elton John! We'll be right back. We'll be right back. Elton John! Elton, who is that song about, quick, Tiny Dancer?
It's about Bernie's first wife. He's now on the fourth one.
I want to thank my guests, the lovely Nicole Richie, Brian Cox, and of course, Elton John. Good night. We'll see you tomorrow. Same next.